Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout Speed Round, where we answer a quick question every day to keep our group chat fun going all week long. This came up recently in one of our other discussions, and I already forgotten why, which tends to happen. So I can tell you what award I am not getting, which is the one for good memory. Anyway, so we wanted to discuss some awards that graduating seniors should get instead of the usual valedictorian or maybe homecoming king or queen in this season. So, Terry, did you have some cool idea?
Yeah, I wouldn't say instead. I would say in addition to. I think maybe the conversation, and I think we may have had it off the podcast, was I had seen an article that said that a lot of schools are phasing out valedictorian because it got too competitive. And I know other people have also expressed, that it's hard then for kids who, the kids who are the most smart and successful and get the most reinforcement anyway are the ones that are celebrated. And I think that's fine. I mean, I think those kids are into it, man. I mean, I remember the kids who were valedictorians when I was in school, and they wanted it, and I did not begrudge them at all. And I'm sure it's that way, only more so now. But at the same time, there are other things that are useful and worthy of recognition. And I wish maybe some of them could get a little speech at graduation or a crown somewhere along the line. Mm-hmm. Remember when my daughter was in band, her senior year, they have an award ceremony every year. She had applied for a scholarship, and there was no way she was going to get the band scholarship because there were some really outstanding musicians and kids. And she had, they have lots of awards that they give out every year to the most outstanding leaders and the most outstanding players and all of that. And she was never going to be. So we weren't expecting anything from this awards show. But her band director starts talking about somebody who just always put in the effort even when it was hard and never complained. And I'm thinking, you know what? Sounds like he's talking about my daughter. Why would that be? And it turns out he made up this award to give to her for her effort to recognize that she had done a hard thing and done it without, generally without complaint, and, that things that other people take for granted were difficult for her and stuff like that. And it was like one of those things where you wish, wait a minute, did anybody tape that? Because I only started listening when I thought, oh my gosh, is he talking about my kid? Because I had figured that this was all going to be about everybody else. Right. So I wish, and my daughter also said she was just completely flabbergasted. She said, what did he say about me? I wasn't paying attention. But that's the sort of thing that, I think effort, there should be a way to reward honest effort, even if the results are not spectacular.
Yeah.
And that it's difficult to do that because we're in a results-driven culture.
Yeah.
But failure, not failure even so much, but just, putting in your best, even when you're not going to be the star, is something that probably pays off more in life than being the valedictorian, honestly.
Right.
So that's something that I always wish, not saying one thing is better than the other. But there should be some way for everybody to get, I know we make fun these days of participation trophies, but there should be some way for people to be validated for the things that they do, kids to be validated, for slightly atypical things. I'm even not one to object to the attendance award, because you know what? It does seem to be rewarding people for good health, but at the same time, there are some kids who that's the only thing they're going to get. Right. So I would give it to them, and I would give something else to somebody else. Spread it around.
Yeah. Yeah, and my son's hockey team, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but they would do like sort of a player of the game kind of thing, and that way, they could really spread it around, and it wasn't just, looking at who was the star all season. It was, in this game, here are, 2 or 3 things that you did that were really smart, or were really, showing good teamwork, or whatever it was. And, they made very sure that everybody got it, at least once a season, but they had to, give the kids a reason why they got it. And,
yes. I think being specific is good.
Right.
And letting it be known that this is going to be a thing so that you can aspire to it is good.
Right. And I think it was always, you were being rewarded for doing the things that you should be doing anyway. But, you know, making the time to point out that this is what happened, and this is why you're being singled out today. So, yeah, if there's a way to do that, you know, instead of leaving everything to one big star at the end of the year, you know?
Yeah.
Well, from my socialist background, we did have awards for effort and character, and we would hand them out. Well, so when I was growing up, we would have awards every couple months, including the academic awards. We always got the effort awards. Mm-hmm. And then in the schools that I worked in, when I was teaching, we would have an assembly every month, and various awards were handed out then on top of the academics. So like, you know, good character, leadership, you know, in addition to academics, friendship, you know, and then teachers would be able to spread all that stuff around. And so by the end of the year, at least every child in the school got some form of an award, whether it was academic or social or effort or, so yeah. So I feel like,
and it's different from
those kinds of things.
Participation trophy, because it's about noticing what kids are doing, not just rewarding them for just showing up.
Yeah.
But giving everybody the feeling that they have potential.
Yeah.
It's not
and
bad.
I even did that in my classes too. I mean, it's not that hard. It's just about making it as much of a priority as the academic awards. And that's something like, you know, Terry, you were saying earlier that our society is very results driven. And I really think that that's lacking in this system. And I'm not, you know, it's good and bad for both.
Yeah, right.
In both sides. But I think that's something that if I could bring something from Canada and bring it here, and that would be the emphasis on social skills and socializing and looking out for one another, because that was actually even part of our curriculum. Like we had to teach social skills as part of our curriculum. So there is a big emphasis on it, and it's just a change. It's a mindset, right?
Yeah.
It's not about who got the 4.56 GPA. You know what? Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Well, I give you all an award for being excellent podcasters. And I say that's it for today's Speed Round. Come back tomorrow for another question, and visit parentingroundabout.com for all of our group chats and other weekly episodes.